Let's go, YouTube. It's October 2nd. It's a new day. I'm ready to own my morning and take another step in the right direction. I'll be back. I'm back, YouTube. October 2nd. I laid my daily brick. I owned my morning. Got the run in, reading, and meditation. And I just want to share a little bit of my reading today. Many decades ago, Albert E.N. Gray delivered an address for salespeople in the insurance industry. He called it the common denominator of success. And it distilled what the author had identified over 30 years of study as the greatest key to fortune in one's business, family, health, financial, and spiritual lives. Gray explained that the common denominator of success, the secret of success of every man and woman who has ever been successful, lies in the fact that they form the habit of doing the things that most don't like to do. That's a pretty simple message, just like most of the passages that I read. But some people identify that the way they can make gains or close the gap or pass people in whatever they're trying to do is attacking the things that most people just don't want to do. To illustrate that point, I want to tell you two stories about the mindset and work ethic of a person that was so great, it set them apart so much that they actually branded it. And that's Kobe Bryant and the Mamba mentality. Before I do that, I want to talk about professional athletes in general and practice. We're talking about people that have trained, practiced, and pushed their bodies year after year, way before they got paid. These people put in their 10,000 plus hours a long time ago. And the best now make 20, 30, $40 million a year. They're famous almost anywhere they go, and they can pretty much go anywhere they want. I basically said that to say this. Practice, most of the time, wasn't fun even when we were kids. So do we think that these athletes enjoy practicing the same thing over and over again that they're already elite at? No.
We're talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that, man? We're talking about practice. I know I'm supposed to be there. I know I'm supposed to lead by example. I know that. And I'm not shoving it aside, like it don't mean anything. I know it's important. I do. I honestly do. But we talking about practice, man. What are we talking about? Practice?
Don't get me wrong. The best of the best still work extremely hard and their work ethics are insane. But Kobe Bryant was still different. He attacked practice. He attacked the things that most people just do not like to do. His actions said, "You will not outwork me at this." Jay Williams tells a story about Kobe Bryant and a day that he actually went to the Staples Center for practice. Now, those who don't know, Jay Williams was one of the best college basketball players of all time, in my opinion. And then he got injured early on in his professional career. But he played for the Chicago Bulls and he was a young player. And basically, they flew into LA to play against the Lakers. And he decided to go to the Staples Center, where they play at, early to get some reps in before the game that evening. When he got to the Staples Center, Kobe Bryant was working out. He had no idea how long he had been there, but he was like in a full sweat and practicing his game moves. So he started his routine. He worked out for, he says, probably an hour and a half, full sweat. And when he finished up, he could still see Kobe Bryant was still shooting, still practicing. Now, he doesn't know how long he was there before he got there, but he was still going and he was intensely practicing, working on game moves, game speed, not, lackadaisical at all. And he was just taken back, like, this guy's a machine. And he wanted to sit there and see how long it went on for. So he sits there and, Kobe continues to work out for another 20 minutes. And he's like, okay. And he goes into the locker room and, they go through their prep to get ready for their evening game. And that night, Kobe Bryant drops like 40 some points on his team. And after the game, he has to go up to Kobe and ask him, like, Kobe, why were you working out so hard? And he said, well, I saw you come in and I just wanted you to know that you would not outwork me. Now, that was one of the most elite athletes in the world, using the thing that most people don't like to do to send a message. To say, I won't be outworked. And the other story I wanted to tell is from Chris Bosh. For anyone who doesn't know who Chris Bosh is, he's an NBA All-Star for many, many years. He's Olympic gold medal winner, won multiple world championships in the NBA. And he basically tells this story when he's getting inducted to the NBA Hall of Fame. And the setting basically is that they're bringing all the good players back together for the Olympics. They're calling it the Redeem Team, and LeBron and Kobe, and he's on the team. And it was going to be the first day of practice, and they were all, staying at hotels or, in the facility, and the next day they were going to get started. And he, as a young player, wanted to show himself as a leader. And so he wanted to be the first one at breakfast in the morning. So he goes to bed a little early, he gets his alarms all set, and he wakes up before the sun's up to get down there and be the first one there to set an example. But when he gets there, Kobe Bryant is already there, drenched in sweat. And he says it took him a second to comprehend it. This man not only beat him down to breakfast, he actually got up and worked out before anyone even was up. And not only that, Kobe was just in the finals days earlier where they lost. My season was done months ago, and I'm still exhausted. And that's when it hit him. That's when he realized that, the greats aren't defined by their successes. They are defined by how they bounce back from their failures. Now, that's a couple out of many stories about Kobe Bryant and his willingness to do the things that others don't like to do and are unwilling to do. It separated him from everybody else. That's going to be it for me today, guys. I appreciate your time. I will definitely be back here in the morning. And if you're ready for change, let's go.